What do you do, babies? Welcome back to my channel. So your girl Gachi's looking a hot mess because of Miss Rona, so I'll be filling in for her. So today we're going to be doing the 2 meat challenge. So this is the picture we're going to be using today. This might be a bit of a mess because I'm bouncing off 2 apps, PicsArt and Adobe Draw. Opening Adobe Draw, we're going to click projects, and then we're going to click the iPad or portrait format, and we're going to go to the brush, choose the brush we want, then reduce the size of the brush pen, usually to the smallest size, 0.5. And then we're going to choose the color, I like black preferably. And then we're going to go for the picture. We come on the plus sign, then we choose from our phone, and then we choose the picture we prefer. From there we're going to size it to the correct size, and then we're going to simply start drawing. We're going to make sure to move the format, like swap them.
To see my picture a bit better, I go to the 3 little squares next to the circle and the triangle, and I go to the image layer, reduce the opacity of the picture, and I go back to my drawing layer and continue drawing.
I undoubtedly played myself almost the entire process of this, because initially I drew out the entire picture and then I colored it with colors that, okay, it's fine. So I colored it, I went in, I rendered it. I colored it with the base layers as normal. Okay, fine. Then your girl decides that no, it's probably a good idea to scrap all that out, right? And then go in by this weird method of individually picking out colors. Like, I individually picked out colors bit by bit. So I used the color picker tool. I selected the color, dragged it to the part where I wanted it, then drew a line or a dot. And then I did it again and again and again, because why not? Here's the thing, I would have been fine with this entire process if I used the flipping layer. I didn't use this layer because it didn't make sense. It came out almost entirely perfect, almost perfect, because I can't draw on that now. Like, I can't. It looks like a picture. It looks like the exact picture. It's not animated. It's not cartoonized. It's not tuned. Joe, I was so upset. Anyway, I did this and tortured myself for the next week or so. Anyway, I continued doing this for what felt like forever. And then I introduced the layers back, because I had to remove them, right? So I can concentrate on this. Put them back in. I see this is not working, Joe. Like, this looks like a picture. This looks like I just cut out certain parts of my face, and then there is this cut. Like, it just didn't make sense. So from there I was like, okay, I'm gonna remove this layer.
When you're satisfied with the picture, you can click the layer, and then you can double tap on the image layer and it disappears, and you can draw on a white background. So when I'm changing colors, I like to introduce it on a different drawing layer, and I add a new layer, and then I draw on that layer with a different color. So here I was doing my eyelashes in blue and my eyebrows in blue, so I did it on a separate drawing layer. And my iris, I did it with a brown on the same layer, or you can even do it on a different layer, but if you don't think they're going to disturb each other, you can draw it on the same layer. Because I wanted to change the picture a little bit and make it a bit more cartoony, I changed my hair.
I changed my hair into a bob because I didn't want the picture to be too different. So I basically changed I changed it from braids to hair. I don't know, to hair. Since the other method didn't work out as planned, I decided to use the old-fashioned way, use the color picker tool and select one color. And I basically covered my face and worked around that for a minute until I got what I liked. Here's when I did my cleanup. I cleaned on the lines, and then I brought in a new layer, and then I drew this white line. I saved the image. From there, I went into PicsArt and then went back to Adobe Draw, saved the image without the background, and then went back to PicsArt, for which I went to the add picture, and then I selected the white picture onto the blue picture, to which I sized it to like fit, and then I used my opacity to check if it fits. Okay, it fits. Okay, and then I went for my eraser tool and then erased the blue part of the picture.
I prefer Adobe Draw for sketching out my picture because it has almost an infinite amount of zoom ability, and with PicsArt on the other hand, I can manipulate the it's like a mini Photoshop if I say so. But like I can have many things that I can work with. So I manipulate the pen size with the harshness of the pen and stuff, and I use like the blur tool to help me blend better. So you can see here the pen's a bit harsh, the lines are a bit harsh. So I went on the blur tool and then I basically erased. And then I came back to Adobe Draw for like skin tones and stuff, and my hair. I saw this on another YouTuber. You just reduce the opacity of your pen, and then you just start drawing lines onto your hair to make it look a bit more realistic. So you just keep drawing line after line after line after line. And then I come back to PicsArt because it's my baby. Anyway, I come back to PicsArt and I render some more. Oh yeah, this is where I add the two pictures because I like the idea of having it to be two. I like the background of my picture and I didn't want to draw it honestly. Just wanted to draw myself. So I sized it to a correct size and then I erased the background of the part of the picture I wanted to keep and the part that I didn't. So I made this little thingy-mabob. So this is how it looked. And yeah. Oh yeah, I wanted the background to be black, so I went to the negative tool and then erased it to get the black background. This is where I added the butterflies. Just select the butterfly tool and then you cut it out. Just add picture. Add photo is my favorite accessory honestly, because I can do a billion things on it. So that's how I got the butterflies. So you just add a picture and then you duplicate it. So this is the final picture. I know I didn't go into too much detail about how I rendered my picture, but I'm not exactly an expert in this field, so didn't want to give you false information. But like, this is what I basically ended up with, and I hope you like it. Please subscribe and like and do the nice things, guys. Boy.